Hi there. So is your child is also confused with the sounds of E, where this is also the sound of E and this is also the sound of E. When to use which one? This is the most asked question from my audience all over Instagram and YouTube now. So I just thought of coming up with a detailed video here and explain you everything in detail about this. So stay tuned till the end so that you don't miss the most important trick and also the worksheets that I'm going to offer you for practicing these sounds. So let's get started. Okay. Now, first, I would like to list some of the words here which has these sounds in them. So let me write down first some EA words. Sorry about the spellings. EA words. So some of the EA words, like if you start with very basic ones, are C, P, and you go with four-letter words like neat, heat. Let me just type it very, very fast. Although there are a lot of words, but I'll just take handful and we will understand with those. Okay, weak and okay, fine. Let's write down now some of the words which are doubly words that makes the long E sound. So the words are, let's again take very simple words first. C, B, then we can go with words like tree, sleep, need, wheel, teeth, greet, and queen. Okay. Although there are a lot of words, we can't say that there is this sound is more common and this sound is more common. We will see in English the words with this and this are equally there. Like we don't usually we have patterns and we say that a few of the sounds are common and some of the sounds are not common. That becomes a very big tip for kids to understand. So, but now for these words, because EA is also E and EE is also E, English is such a language which has surprises for all of us. Every time it surprises us. But कैसे हम बच्चों को सिखाएंगे? How are we going to teach this to kids? Now, I have seen many people, teachers across the social media are telling to group these words as, you can say, food words और वेट वर्ड्स ठीक है मतलब वो बोलते हैं कि ज्यादातर खाने पीने की चीजें जिनमें ई साउंड आता है या फिर ऐसी चीजें जो वेट रहती हैं जिनमें ई साउंड आता है उनमें ई लिखा जाता है वी राइट ई ए फॉर द वर्ड्स विच आर फूड वर्ड्स और वेट वर्ड्स एंड फॉर नेचर वर्ड्स वी राइट डबल ई बट आई फील दैट this is something which is not fulfilling or I should say that it is not apt or I should say it's confusing only. कैसे देखते हैं. So if you say that these are food words or wet words, so okay, C is a food word, C is a wet word, P is a food word, is neat a food word or a wet word, is neat a food word or a wet word. What about cheat, wheat, peach and wheat are we can say food, weak. लेकिन यहाँ पे नेचर देखा जाए तो yes, C is nature, B is nature, is three nature. Numbers, sleep, okay, sleep is a natural process. Need, what about need, what about wheel, teeth is a natural thing. Greet, queen, and there are many more words. Now if you come back to the first one, you will see that C is also a nature word, P is also a nature word, right? Wheat, peach, these are all nature words too. So don't you think so that this is going to confuse kids a lot? I feel yes. So please stop following these methods and stop listening to teachers those who are telling all these tricks. Now coming to the point that if not this, then what should be the way? How should we teach this? So now tell me that if you will tell your child to write down the word tea, and if you tell your child to write down the word tree, like you have introduced the sounds. Day one you did EA, day two you did EE. Then do you think that by the time like a week is passed, if you ask your child to write down the spelling of tea, and child will not write it like this? So it's a very easy spelling to remember for EA. And similarly, tree is a very, very common word. We are showing this to kids, we are talking about nature with them, so they know that tree is written by double, right? But they cannot remember all the words here. वो ये सारे words याद नहीं रख पाते हैं कि कौन सा ई से होगा और कौन सा ई से. So what we can do is we can group these words by taking these two words or any other words which you think that the child will remember spellings easily. You can take these words as headings, okay, for EA and for EE, and you group like this, that let's write down the T words. Okay, so T word. What are T words? T words are beach is a T word because it has EA in it. And the reason is that T is written by EA in it. So it's a beach. Beach is a T word. Cheat is a T word. And so on. Okay. Now week, this week is a T word. Then you tell them, okay, let's write down tree words now. So bee is a tree word, sleep is a tree word, wheel is a tree word, and so on. Now, this sorting activity you can do in the class, and you can just, first you have to do it with kids very nicely and make them understand that. And just one thing they have to remember, that T has EA in it and tree has EE in it. Then nothing else they need to remember. And this is just for the beginners, those who are struggling, those who make spelling errors and all. Okay. So once this sorting is done, the next thing that we can do is to teach them homophones with these sounds. You can teach homophones, like teaching homophones really helps kids to understand the actual meaning of the word and to be able to frame sentences accordingly. तो हमारे पास क्या क्या homophones हो सकते हैं? We can have C, like whatever comes to my mind. I'm just writing those right now. And ठीक है, चलो, let's take these two examples. So homophones are the words which has the same sound but spelling patterns are different. So explain them that this week is a tree word, this week is a T word, this week means the week of days. I mean, 7 days forms a week, and this week means someone who is very, you can say, not very healthy. Okay, so and then tell them to frame a funny sentence on this using both the words together. Okay, so then they will understand the use also, the meaning also, to frame sentence also, and this is going to be fun also. तो अब इसका एक क्या फनी सेंटेंस हो सकता है, आप मुझे कमेंट्स में लिख के जरूर बताइएगा. And similarly with sea, this is sea looking at something, and this is the water body sea, the ocean, the sea. So I love to see the sea in the morning. Matlab, if the sentences what they come up with, you should be not judging them with their correct grammar at that point in time, but just to see whether they are able to understand the meaning and they are able to make meaningful sentences or not. Grammatical things can be rectified later also. So type in the chat and in the comments and let me know what funny sentences can we create using this. So now this was the whole idea, to teach these words like this rather than grouping them as food, wet, nature, and just making things more complex for those little young minds. They already have so much to remember, so much to learn, so much to explore. So let's try and make things little easy. And to make your job easy, I am going to drop the worksheets in the description box, where I will just you just have to click the link and download those worksheets and practice these two sounds with your children. Thank you so much. So I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe if you haven't so far. Do follow this channel regularly for more wonderful tips and more wonderful videos coming up your way. Also, please share the link of the channel with your friends, family. Thank you. Signing off. Bye-bye.